Hey guys, today I got an interesting email. I normally wouldn't respond to something like this because I usually just don't have the time with work and the kids and whatnot. But someone asked me if I would make any other last minute recommendations because last week I did a last minute change up through Brandon Oliver into the mix. I would do, the video was done early, and the first video was done earlier in the week. I would consider a couple of changes. I probably won't go with any of them. I've already added them all in here just to help make the video quick. Uh, as far as quarterbacks go, I really liked Philip Rivers this week, but my problem is that he's too much money, guys. I don't like throwing out a lot of money for one player. You've heard me say that in other videos. Kansas City also is ranked seventh in passing, which means that Philip Rivers, he's done great against a lot of teams this year, and I think he will make the playoffs. I think the whole team obviously will, but Kansas City, they've got a good passing defense, guys. I don't see him getting up some amazing numbers, and for the price tag that he's worth, it's not worth it to me. To me, all the stuff still points to Russell Wilson. I'm still sticking with him. Someone asked me in an email what I thought of Hoyer from the Browns. They're going up against Jacksonville this week, and I actually think that he is a good pick. The guy has not put up a lot of fantasy football points, but he's putting up good stats, and he's still relatively cheap. I believe Mr. Hoyer. Yeah, he's only 4,600, so you're saving almost 12,000 off of what I'm putting up for Russell Wilson. And when you look at Jacksonville, Jacksonville's 30th in passing, so you've got a good opportunity there if you guys want to take that gamble. I go more. I go off of more things than just stats, and I may be kicking myself in the ass saying I wish I had gone with Hoyer, but I will be sticking with Russell Wilson. As far as running backs, Brandon Oliver, I believed he was last week. I still believe he is this week. A solid choice. I will be sticking with DeMarco Murray, even though he's sick, just because that guy can run. And the Giant, and as I said in the other video, I think they're going to do good against the Giants. But I think Brandon Oliver is also up to par. Kansas City's been allowing a lot of yards to be run against them. I think when I looked at the stats just a little while ago, I think the Tennessee Titans ran something like 140 plus yards on them, and they're allowing an average, I want to say, of 116 yards. And when you get the Titans to run over 140 against you, I mean that says a lot. I don't think their defense is going to be able to handle Brandon Oliver, but I also don't think that the Giants will be able to handle DeMarco Murray, and I don't believe that the Rams are going to be able to handle Marshawn Lynch. I think those two have a chance of getting more yardage, but with what are their names, Brown and Matthews out, uh, San Diego basically has to put Brandon Oliver in. The guy's been doing great. As far as wide receivers, if you are going to go with Hoyer, I would stick with loading up on Brown wide receivers, guys, and Miles Austin, who I have down here. Uh, he did good with the Cowboys. He's was a good Cowboys player. He's a good wide receiver. He's been in every game. I have no doubt that he'll be in the game against Jacksonville. He's not out. He's not probable. He's not questionable. He will be playing. I don't remember if he got any touchdowns. They usually say what he got last. Caught for two passes on three targets for 29 yards in Sunday's victory over the Steelers. So the Steelers are a little bit better team, obviously, than Jacksonville. Much better defense. They are not. The Steelers are not dead last in passing yards allowed. So I have no doubt that Miles Austin will be getting some airtime. But again, I don't feel like I'm going to go with Hoyer. I'm not feeling the Browns game. And usually I'm one of the first people to jump on going against Jacksonville. If you want a tight end, Antonio Gates, I believe again is. I'm looking at the Kansas City game. I think Philip Rivers and the San Diego Chargers are going to be on top of that. As far as kicker, I'm all about the bargain guys. There's nothing that would get me to go off of Shane Graham. And as far as defense, I would also consider the Steelers. I think the Steelers they made that trade this week, which I know is big news this morning when I woke up, and I actually think it happened yesterday on Friday. But the thing is the Steelers, or I'm sorry, not the Steelers, Seattle is a very egotistical group. They are, without a doubt, amazing players, but they have a big chip on their shoulder. They are not going to take the loss to the Cowboys, which has been all over NFL websites this week. Uh, Good. They're going to come back and they're going to stomp the shit out of the first easy target that they get, because I don't want to say bully on the block, but they're basically the bully on the block. They are bigger, they are stronger, and they got a black eye from an underdog, if you will, who nobody has anticipated doing this good this year. And they're going to come back, and I think they're going to cream the shit out of the Rams, and they're going to put up a spread that's going to be absolutely ridiculous. I could be wrong, and if you're a Rams fan, hopefully I am, and I'll be the first to admit that I made a bad decision. Uh, Everybody's asked in a couple of emails, why I'm going so heavy on Arizona. And guys, it's because Carson Palmer's back. Uh, Carson Palmer went out early in the season with an injury. He's back now. He got more or less his replacement, was it Stanton, did pretty damn well. And Carson Palmer needs to look good. And he's going to be playing, injury or not, 100%, because his career is on the line. He doesn't want to be the next Alex Smith who goes out with an injury. Somebody like Colin Kaepernick comes in, does a million times better than him, and he's out of a job. That's happened several times the last couple of years. I see Carson Palmer getting out there and busting his ass. You look at the Raiders, they don't have the best defense, but they also don't have the worst defense. They are not Jacksonville. They're putting up, they're 10th in passing and they're 14th in rushing. That's pretty damn good. But everybody wants to jump on the fact that they're 26 points allowed. So some people have said, well, if you're so sure about Arizona, why aren't you jumping on Arizona's defense? I'm not going to jump on Arizona's defense because at the end of the day, guys, I think they have a shot at getting a lot of points. But I think Seattle, with Sherman, and the Cowboys have better shots. Uh, like I said in the last video, guys, a good defense that can stop Seattle at 200 yards is a good defense. I don't care what fucking way of analyzing the situation you want to put into the equation. They stopped the Super Bowl champions at 200 yards. That means they can stop anybody at 200 yards. The only thing that will bite them in the ass this week is if the Cowboys come out of this win against Seattle with a chip on their shoulders thinking that they're the shit, which may or may not happen. It's a 50-50 shot. I personally think that it's possible, but not probable. I think they've lost too many times over the last few years, and I think Jason Garrett, knowing that this is the final year of his contract and that he may no longer be in Texas with a job, is going to do the best that he can to drill into those guys. One play, one game, then you go to the next. One play, one game, you go to the next. I don't think that he's going to be feeding those guys, oh, we're going to the playoffs. I think he's going to be feeding them, we could still be 8 for 8. So I'm not really willing to step outside of my bounds on this, but hey, come Monday or Tuesday when I put out my next video, you may hear me crying in the background. So either way, guys, I hope this helps out any of you who wanted a little bit more advice. I won't be doing videos like this every week, but if you send a request, I'll see if I can do it once in a while. Anyways, good luck tomorrow and have fun.